It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the Steelers' towering wide receiver, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports and the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a...
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from the Steel City. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
11, 11, 12, 11, 11.
Burrow working in the pistol. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, 1st-round pick Justin Fields.
He told us the other day, he was very honest. He said, when I got into the locker room, it was a little bit of a bittersweet feeling. Now, ultimately, we got the job done, and for that, I was thrilled. But I know I put the team in a lot of tough situations due to my decision-making. He's going to have to be better here today. This team is going to reach their full potential. He knows he has to clean up a lot of those mistakes. Now, fortunately, he's got a chance to do so here. If he's able to protect the football while maintaining that aggressive approach, we could see him come out on top again in this one.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Steelers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team 1 possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow. A short one taken by Hawkinson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now 2nd down throw for Burrow. thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
On first down, Burrow. Oh, he coughs up the football. One of the Steelers has it. He gets free.
Every team in the league, they work on scoop and score, and they got the scoop part right. I'll tell you what, he had a lot of lead blockers out in front of him. They were trying to get their buddy into the end zone for 6, but he's going to come up just short. But his offense now trots on the field on the doorstep of the goal line in prime position to come away with 6.
The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he tops all other NFL running backs to this point in the season. After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. First and goal. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Here we go.
On second down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead? And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
Here we go.
They'll send him over to the left.
Right.
This caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 2-point try coming up. Fields has the offense set.
Here we go. Right.
He'll drop to throw. And he will get into the end zone, giving his team an 8-point margin.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. A first down throw for Burrow. That one caught by Hawkinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
Here we go.
They put Campbell in motion. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he'll get this up to the 44. Boye Aluakin with the play. They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that 1st down marker. They were on getting that first and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
On one, right? Here we go.
Now, Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Gun. 11, 11. 12.
Burrow. He'll throw complete to Blake Corum. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Steelers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, son.
The drive will start on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Pass into the hands of the rookie from Florida State. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Angel.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
2nd down. It's Fields. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Steelers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw. Burrow. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. On first and 10, Burrow. He got loose after the grab, and they couldn't bring him down. A gain of 28.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
This one brought in by Hawkinson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop at just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
Second down, Burrow. That one is caught by Campbell. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10.
Here we go. Line front.
Now, Burrow. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now second down throw for Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. And quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently second in the NFL at this point in the season. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of it.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, but most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd down, they go with Cora. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This one from 54 yards out. Reichert's kick is good. And the Bengals cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll go left side here and complete this one. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 18, pioneer.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Quick throw, taken in. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable?
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Steelers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense make their way out to take over once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one is caught by Reed. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
On 1, ready?
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. That's to Reed. He's got it. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. 180.
Burrow to throw. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
This one caught at the 4. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Dot.
Burrow here on 2nd down. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
1-1, ready?
Good drive now faces a tough conversion.
Here we go.
It is 3rd
11,
and long.
11.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. He works free, right side. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike, not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley, he's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Steelers stretch things out even further. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Burrow. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Makes the score Steelers 43, Bengals 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Wilson throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Right back to him on first down.
can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Second and a yard. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start.
Get set. Turn. Here we go.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. The open man is Reed. He's got it. Now he's free to midfield. Racing to the end zone. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 98 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Will Reichert now on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals are able to edge a bit closer.
Bengals 24.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The home team's offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And it's looking like the win streak to start the year is going to continue for another week. What a tremendous performance here as they are out to finish this one off.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They send a receiver in motion left. That's caught left side. It's complete. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Makes the score Steelers 50, Bengals 44.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if he can get the turnaround going here.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive with 1st down. This one complete to Campbell. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here we go. One final play. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.